Hi, my name is Zenda Walker. I am author of the children's book Zara's Wash Day, which is the first book in the Know Your Heritage series. Heritage as in H-A-I-R-I-T-A-G-E. Hint, hint. This book was written by yours truly, illustrated by a really talented artist, Princess Karibo, and designed so beautifully by my dear friend, Anthony Ferranda. I also published with IngramSpark. I am from the great state of New York, from a little city you may have heard of, known as the Bronx, BX. Yes, I represent the Bronx all day, every day. I have been writing for as long as I can remember. From the minute I started learning to read in like kindergarten, the first grade, I remember writing words down and then starting to create these imaginative worlds and really interesting characters that I love to share in all of my classrooms. And I really started to take an interest in poetry and rhyming. And I started publishing and had the courage to publish with IngramSpark in 2020. So there's a couple things that make me unique as an author. Number one, I really enjoy writing in what I like to call rhythmic prose, where I use the rhyming of words in different verses to really create this musical cadence that not only makes it enjoyable to write these stories, but I like to think it actually creates a really awesome experience for my readers as well. What also makes me unique is that I am a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a hairdresser. I love creating with my hands, beautiful styles, and I love to make my clients feel their best. And I like to incorporate what I also refer to hairdressing as performance art into all of my presentations. So whether I'm on a Zoom call with students or I'm doing an author visit at an actual location in a school, a museum, a library, I like to incorporate some of that hairstyling and performance artistry into my book readings. And so sometimes I will partner with the librarian or bring another author along with me, and I'll have them read my book while I create the hairstyles and recreate some of the hairstyles that I reference in the book as a way of transferring the energy from the book pages into this visual masterpiece and visual understanding of how heritage really can enlighten and enrich our lives. What inspired me to write Zara's Wash Day? Well, it's a couple things. I was inspired to write this book because I had been having this conversation with my daughter Zara since she was 2 and 3 years old about how our hairstyles connect to our African ancestry. And so Zara would ask me from a very early age, "Mommy, why is my hair so curly? Why is your hair locked? And why do you wear it like that? Why are you braiding my hair, twisting my hair, beading it, decorating it with cowrie shells, gold string, gold cuffs, and and all these different color beads?" And I used to tell her that this is how I wore my hair. Me and your auntie wore our hair like this. Our mom did our hair like this. My mom wore her hair like this. And it's just what we do as a family. It's our family tradition. When you think about that word heritage, that's essentially what it is. Heritage, H-E-R-I-T-A-G-E, is the practices, customs, traditions, beliefs that are passed down from a predecessor or an ancestor. So when I use the word heritage, which is kind of a made up word, but a play on the word heritage, H-A-I-R-I-T-A-G-E, means the hair customs, traditions, beliefs, and practices that are passed down from a predecessor and an ancestor. As she got older and started understanding more and asking more questions, I realized, wow, I probably could go a little bit deeper. But she started wanting her hair to look more like her friends at school who had straighter hair. And a lot of that was just what kids do, right? Kids want what they don't have. So the kids at school who had straighter hair wanted curly hair. The kids who had curly or coily hair wanted straighter hair. But then I did notice a shift right about when she turned 4 and was going into kindergarten. And she started referencing curly, coily hair as not so beautiful, not desirable, difficult, ugly. And it didn't matter how much I affirmed her at home. She started picking up on the fact that her hair was different, and because it was different, it wasn't necessarily seen as desirable or beautiful. And I remember this feeling at her age. And so I thought, wow, I really need to dive a little bit deeper into the story here and really help Zara to understand that I'm not just saying that your hair is beautiful because the aesthetic is beautiful. We need to go a little bit deeper into the why. Why are these styles so special? Why is your hair curly? What makes it so special? And so that's when Zara's Wash Day was born. This is a really interesting question because a lot of us are, talk about accomplishments and success in forms of money and accolades and all those things. I think one of my biggest accomplishments was that I had the courage to just write down my feelings, write down my intentions for the day, write down my experiences first and foremost. But the other thing is, writing during such a difficult time in my life and actually having the courage to publish that writing is one of my biggest accomplishments. Because if you're a writer, or if you've ever written down your experiences or kept a journal, you know that sometimes when you write, it could be the most vulnerable moments or some of your deepest thoughts, right? And to share that with the world takes a lot of courage. And so I feel very accomplished that I hit that publish button in 2020 scared. I did it while I was scared, and it was okay. It turned out okay. Now, it helps that I was received by the world in such a positive way that my book received a #1 new release accolade. By the end of the year of 2021, I received the Writer's Digest 2021 Grand Prize for Self-Published Book Award. I also received the Bronze Book Award from Feathered Quill, as well as the Gold Literary Titan Award. And so it feels really good to be received by the literary world, that they saw the intention that I set forth and received this book so well. Write that book. Keep writing. And not just write that book. Really consider publishing that book. Oftentimes, I know we come from a place of vulnerability with our stories, and sometimes what we write is so deeply personal that we can hesitate in sharing it with the world. When we do that, we open ourselves to a lot of different things, right? We can get praise and a lot of accolades, and we can get people cheering us on, but we also could open ourselves up to criticism and hate and all these different things. But really and truly, there is a room and space for your message, for your voice, and don't be afraid to share it with the rest of the world. It's going to resonate with someone, and what you have to say is important. So do it. Well, it was a great experience. Listen, as someone who considered herself a writer and an author, just wasn't published yet, I think one of the most important things is having a tool or a platform that empowers you to take that next step and to take action. And that's exactly what IngramSpark did for me. It gave me information, videos, step-by-steps that really helped walk me through the publishing process. What I love the most about IngramSparks is that, I was able to bring my dream, my vision to life in a really professional, tangible work of art that is my legacy. And IngramSpark as a platform empowered me to do this and is really truly supportive of all of its authors. And so I really want to shout out the team at IngramSpark for just being that friend that handhold you through the process, and help you bring something to life with excellence, right? And professionalism. And Being able to use this as a tool to educate and help others has opened up so many doors and has created a whole new path in my career. So IngramSpark is definitely a tool that I will continue to use. It's also a platform that I will continue to share with other aspiring authors and existing authors as well. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon.